Very good afternoon to you. Welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. My name's Mel. I'm going to be your host for this hour, and I'm on my own. The Tattered Lace sale. And I did a thing. You wait and see. Right, let me introduce you to the rest of our team today. We've got Emily on cameras. There she is. I love the fact that when she wears, she smiles. That really makes me happy. I know, it's funny, isn't it, how you do things like that naturally. We've got Amber in the production seat. And like I said, you've got me for the next hour. We've got some great deals for you as well. So first of all, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. So where can you watch us, first of all? Well, it's super easy. You can watch us on YouTube. So just go onto YouTube on your TV, search Highlight Crafts, and you'll see all the live feeds on there. So you can watch us on YouTube. You can also watch us on our Facebook and our Instagram, and also our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you want to shop with us, you can shop while you watch, which is brilliant. So no longer do you have to go away from watching the show or the demo to go and find the products on the website to put it in your basket. By the time you come back, the demo's done. Right? None of that here. You can literally shop while you watch. So let me explain to you how you're going to do that. So first of all, if you are watching on Facebook and Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have been allocated a code. And all you need to do to purchase that is type the word shop. Type the word, yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, oh, what am I? Whoa. Type that on tomorrow morning as well. That's going to be amazing, isn't it? Me and Hannah, that'll be carnage. Type the word shop and then the code that we give you. So for example, when you look on your screen now, you'll see 2 bold words. That's what you're going to type into the comments. Then we're going to slide into your DMs and send you a message. And in that message, you will find a link. When you're ready to check out, and I'm going to say on this show, the sooner you do it, the better, because we've got low stocks on some of these. Click on that link that's going to take you to the website. Please log into your account before you check out. I'll explain in a minute why that is important, because we're getting new viewers all the time now, which is wonderful. And then you can check out those baskets, and the sooner you do, the sooner we can ship it. That's the bottom line, really. So if you want it quick, then be checking out those baskets. If you would prefer to shop on the website, you can also watch on there as well. Then just go to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and all the items in that show will appear down the right hand side of your screen. And you can then simply select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will go into a little red shopping bag that will appear at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag, and that will take you through that process. Now you can also type the word live into the comments underneath the video, and that will give us permission to send you a little notification to your phone before our show goes live, so you don't miss any of the goodies. Have a peruse around the website, because there's Outlet on there as well with some crazy deals. So treat yourself to something in there as well, and then you can check out. Now, if you're really canny, you can go onto the website, click on the homepage, it'll say shop today's deals at midnight, because at midnight all the following day, or all that day's deals open up. I know, right? Right, I'm going to show you these. Now, talking about Outlet, these are definitely Outlet. Now I'm going to open all these up. Am I? Yeah, I am. I am going to open them all up because I want you to see the size of the metal that you're getting in there. You can tell these are Outlet. Look, aren't they fabulous? I love these. I've frozen, Amber. I'm spinning. I'm spinning. So you're going to get, now then, I just need to tell you a little bit about this. So on the back, it says bonus charisma available on the Favourite Florist download, or USB it says here, but it's on our website as a download. So if you go to tatteredlace.co.uk, search Favourite Florist, the download for these dies and those dies will be in one folder for you, so you can download them for free. So there is charisma, which I'm really pleased about, because I know you love charisma. So you're going to get the thistle. You're also going to get cotton Easter. I thought I'd read that correctly. Look at that, not lovely. And then look at all your decoupage layers, and they're numbered. Right, now then, we're going to see how good your camera work is now, Emily. Brace yourself. On this die, you will see let me find it as well there. There's a little number B. It's just etched into that metal there. Okay, that little number B. And on here, you will find B1, B2. And this is your code. So that leaf will go over the coordinating one that's on the main image. So we've even given you a map for your decoupage. So you're going to get that one and that one, but that's not it. Then you're going to get Wild Rose. That's a lovely one too. You get you right in that packet there, look. And all your extra layers. So these were your 3D decoupage. You know, those ones that we used to bring you. Martin Parker always used to say, didn't he? Nobody does decoupage flowers better than tattered lace. Well, there you go. We've got some back. We found them. I know, how exciting is this? I was well excited. In the field, bluebell and chamomile. You've got those in there as well. Again, with all that little plate that you run through over that artwork. And it does the work for you. Great, isn't it? And then last but by no means least, you've got the Lavaterra in there as well. That is beautiful. Isn't that stunning? We'll cut some of these in a bit, just out of white card so you can see them cut. Might get told after that because I'll have to take them out of these packets, but I get told off anyway. I'm always getting in trouble. Not here, but just in general life, really. If you want those, here's the thing. Shop Field, $14.99. There's nothing else to say about that, is there really? $14.99 before your discount. 40%. Not surprised about that. You like a deal, don't you? I like a deal, especially this time of the month, right? Right, next one. This is your shop garden. There we go. Right, so now I've got to try and pronounce this. Let me think about it. Pelargonium. There you are. I have to do it in syllables first. Pelargonium. This is a lovely one too. Look at that. Listen, you're going to treat yourself to these, and these are going to become a staple in your card making. I have a proper stash of these at home, all in a box. Oh, and what I've done, it's like, what are you doing? I cut the reflection or the charisma artwork and popped it inside the packet so I can see exactly what it looks like. So then when I take it out, I know whether it's going to work with the colours on my project. You've then got my favourite, which, well, no, it's my favourite because I've just seen the next one. The hyacinth. That decoupaged up looks absolutely incredible. Okay, so you're getting that one as well. You're also going to get the lily. In the garden lily. I'm hoping when I go home tomorrow afternoon that my lilies are still radiant. My husband hasn't watered them. I'll put him in the garden and water him. Next one, cyclamen. Now then, we've just had this as the flower of the month, haven't we? Yeah. So you could mix and match the two together because maybe the charisma and this is a different colour. That's exciting. Oh, you're getting a twin. Well, it won't be exactly the same, of course, but how lovely will that be? Have different ones. I like it when you've got mixtures because in a garden they all grow differently, don't they? We've got a blue and purple rhododendron at the front and a pink one on the other side of the house at the back. I know, and the colour apparently comes from the quality of the soil. So I don't know how that works out. Two different ones in one garden, but it does. And then you've also got the iris in there as well. So you've got that one there too. Fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. Love that. Then, last but by no means least, a peony. Favourite flower after lilies. That I love a peony because it starts as a really tight little bud and then they turn into these magnificent blooms. So if you want that one, so you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets for $14.99. Now, can you stretch to both? Less than £30 for both, then you take your discount off. I would seriously be considering that. And at that price, it's crazy value for money, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. 100% of that allocated, gone. And 40% of garden. Don't miss out on that, it's beautiful. Right, next. We've only got 4 sets, actually, which is quite cool because I can do some die cutting. I don't get to do that very often because I'm usually on my scan and cut. Right, my lovely, we're ready for the next one. Shop Tattered. Now then, this is a deal and a half, $34.99. But do you see what you're getting in this? If you're an SVG customer, hang fire, because I've done a thing. Right, first of all, ornate fundamental squares. Oh, I can show you on the boards, actually. Look at this, look. Can I? Have they done that? Yes, I can. Right, let's have a sort out of these boards. Right, so first of all, those are what they look like when you just cut them out. So you've got new nesting shapes there, which is lovely, isn't it? I love that little scallop there. It's really, really, really pretty. If I show you on here, you'll see what it looks like on the packaging. But when you've got basic shapes like this or fundamental squares, the nested ones, you haven't just got mats and layers, you've got apertures and you've got frames. And that's the versatility of having dies like that. So to show you what the frame looks like, look how pretty that is. Isn't that lovely? Imagine you've got just a little I love you, or I'm sorry, or I miss you, and put that on a little foam pad inside there, and that's your stopper for your easel card. Maybe you watched the scrapbooking show this morning and you want a title on your page. That one could have your letter inside, and you could have that lacy border right the way across the top of your page, or the bottom, or wherever it's relevant. So you've got your frames in there as well. So that's your basics. Now then, we're going to go on to these borders, and these are beautiful. Look at this. Aren't these special? I love this collection. In fact, I love the next one. They're all brilliant. You know, sometimes when you're looking at dies and you're like, yeah, I've seen that before and I'm not sure what to do with that and these collections are comprehensive today, and it's super easy. And the fact that the Tattered Lace ones have got the charisma is a game changer now, isn't it? So you just go on. I'm just going to reiterate what I said earlier. If you go on to tatteredlace.co.uk and you type in favourite florist, you will get the charisma for that lot, which is now allocated, and these in the same folder. Okay, so you don't need to lump for two of them. They're there, and I know they're there because I rang Diane and said, where will I find them? And she answered the question. So we know they're there. Right, now then, next, your vintage lace borders. These are stunning. I love these. And I'm so sorry. You can use it vertically, you can use it horizontally, you can back it to make it wider. So imagine that, so you've got a gatefold card and you've got that on each side, and I'm just going to open the dies up and see exactly what you're getting in here. Look at those. Aren't they stunning? Absolutely beautiful. Right, so those are your borders, and what they've done here, look, is they've taken just a piece of paper with some acetate over the top, and they've just glued one of those borders to either side with that little pearl edge, and then built up with the decoupage. That as a card is beautiful, isn't it? You don't need anything else. A quick sentiment there or there, maybe with your little frame that coordinates, and it's job done. Love that. So that's your borders. Then we bring you the classic lacy panel. I love panels like this, and I love the fact that we always did them with a separate outside edge. So absolutely you can cut that into your cardstock, which means that you could use a stencil. I wouldn't put this through the thin mylar with your metal shim because I think it's too detailed, but if you cut that out of a piece of scrap card, you could then use that as your stencil and use a piece of scrap card. But if you prefer for it to cut out, you can use that outside square as well. So you've got options. So this will cut the middle out of that. These will work in perfect harmony with that. So you're buying a harmonious collection. And do you know what? That's the easiest way to craft. And then when you've done all that, you can decorate it with your new flowers. Right? Brilliant. Then we have our floral cluster. So you one pass, let me just show you if we've got that. There's a little bit more inspiration where I just find this other board. Oh, look at this. Now then, here's the thing. I don't think I've seen that board before. Look at this. So forget the outside edge of this. We're just working with the center, and then we're taking the outside edge of this, so the largest one, like so, and using that as an outside frame for the detail. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And you know what? We always used to talk, didn't we, about the snippability of Tattered Lace dies. I mean, I said that like they're not going anymore. We are. We've got some beautiful things coming up. But look at this, the snippability. So you could just round that there, snip that out, and then you've got a vertical border, or do it the other way and then you've got a horizontal border. I love these. I think, honestly, Stephanie sent me in the warehouse a few weeks ago and said, go and pick your favourite collections, and this is the one that I picked. So it's my choice, this. If you don't like it, you can blame me. And I chose it because I know when we used to do these on Create and Craft, oh, I'll get that back in the packet after. When we used to do Create and Craft, every time I walked into the studio, the Tattered Lace pack shot, that's what we used to call the stepper that we put all the design on, all the products on, called it a pack shot, so that you can see what you're getting. That's what that was about. And I always walked in and I thought, oh, look at all those beautiful dies. But wouldn't it look better? Wouldn't it look great if you had like coloured artwork? Because it took a long time, didn't it? You used to have to cut them out and colour them in and build them up, or snip them out to different colours of card. And then I walked in one day and saw the Charisma and I was like, wow, that is an absolute game changer. I mean, dies, when I first started scrapbooking, which would have been 1994, I think. Yeah, 1994. There was hardly anything to be able to scrapbook with. There was no artwork with flowers. It was like basic patterns and dies. I mean, it was very rare that you saw dies, and if you did, it was like the steel rule dies from Sizzix. And I remember buying my first alphabet from Sizzix, and it was an uppercase set, and it was like a Disney font, and it was £136, and I had one shape and one size. Obviously the alphabet, but I was like, and now we've got the ability to have all of this, which is fantastic. So when I was building this, I'm so glad we've got those, because those work perfectly in conjunction with this, because these are your basics. I know that sounds ridiculous, but these are your beautiful basics, and then you add your florals of choice if that's what you want to do. So if you want that one, it is Shop Tattered. It's $34.99. It should be $94.94. Yep. Should be $94.94. So you've got a really good saving on that one. And don't forget, the artwork for this will be available for you either on tatteredlace.co.uk or highlightcrafts.com. With the MC, oh yes, well done. See, it's good I've got young people in here, otherwise I'd never remember. You also get this as well. Now then, think about this. I wonder if you could punch the Digi-Punch through that digitally and change the shape of it. Oh, I bet you could. Try that out, won't you? Please try that and then let me know. Then you've got, I know it should be the other way around, shouldn't it? And then you've got all of your florals down here, your elements for your signs, and also your lacy backgrounds. Right, 100% of garden. That one, all gone. Right, so you're getting that included as well for $34.99. Right, come here. You've got a scan and cut. How about the SVG files with the MCS? The price when I walked into the studio was $24.99, and I got it changed to $9.99. I know, Emily. I know, right? $9.99 for your SVG files. Shop Digital. So now, I won't go much smaller than this, actually. Let me just have a look at the borders and the what have you. Okay, so I won't go much smaller because the scan and cut needs a 3mm turning point. So I won't go much smaller than that. Although actually, no, I'm talking rubbish, because these will have been converted to SVG files. So our team, forget that, our team will have made sure that all the pieces are 3mm above and the line width is correct for you. I'm thinking that no, it's not, it's different. So they've all been, so this is how it works, right? We used to make dies, and then we wanted to do SVG files of those, but I don't ever want to leave the CM customers behind, and the CM 600, which was the original, will read up to 300 lines or shapes or paths at once. So some of the really complex designs, first of all, some of the lines were too fine, some of the holes were too small, like the pin dot holes. But sometimes there were too many paths. So the graphic designers would go in, deconstruct it, and then build it again for the SVG customer. So there was a massive amount of work involved. But because there were thousands and thousands of you that bought them, it was like, yeah, fine, absolutely. Now to be able to do this, now this will be a pattern. Is there detail lines in here? There is detail lines. So you won't be able to divide it unless you go in and take the line out, because you can't divide a line. But imagine being able to foil. Imagine being able to foil that. Ooh, that'd be a bit nice, wouldn't it? I like the idea of that. Oh, I'll tell you what you could do. Now, this would be a labour of love. But this is the sort of thing that I would do. I would spend a couple of hours on a rainy afternoon, and I'd go in and I'd select all the lines, those detail lines there that you can see, so it looks like a fan. I'd select all of those, and what I would do is do that one, group it, that one, group it, that one, group it, that one, group it, then group the four. So it would take a little while. Then you could set those as a drawing only line, and then set all the rest of it as a cutting only. And that would mean then that you would have that, I find it, it's going to be the board that I pick up last, isn't it? You'd have that, but with those detail lines foiled. That would look stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right, I need to repeat how to find the reflections. Absolutely, I can do that for you.
Diana's just put a link in the comments as well.
Diane's put a link in the comments for you. Perfect. Right, so just to repeat, if you're buying either of these or both of these, which is a good shout, if you go to tatteredlace.co.uk, and it says it on the back of the packaging, so you won't forget the name of the collection. I know why you want to know now, because you're printing your charisma out, aren't you? Ready for your dies to arrive? I know, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. Search favourite florist, download, and it's on there for free. And you'll get charisma and the decoupage layers. And remember, these are coded with letters and numbers, so you know exactly where to put your decoupage. Can't believe you're getting those at that price. That's amazing. Right, Shop Digital, please do not miss out on that deal. And I'll tell you why. You haven't got those in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sizes. You've got those in 250 different sizes at least. Don't even start with the borders, right? And that, you've got that in hundreds of different sizes. Imagine you want to do that as your scrapbook page in your background. That would look amazing. Embossed. Oh, amber. Imagine that embossed on vellum. That would look stunning. Please don't miss out on this, okay? If you've got an SVG customer, that needs to go in your basket. Right, now then, next. Oh, Magnolia frame. This is Eastern Elements. Actually, before we do this, shall we do Pictionary? Yeah. We're going to do Pictionary, and then you can win something. What shall we win? Shall I give one of these cards away? Shall we? I think we should do that. Right, okay, let's go do Pictionary. Oh, here we go. I'm already stood there like, go on. I know it's normally there, but not in this room because of all those boards behind there. Oh. Not sure if what?
I think you hate me with anything right anyway.
I'll never hate you, Amber. Hate isn't something that comes into my vocabulary unless people make me eat curry.
New York.
I could do that.
New York.
Yeah, quite frankly, because you've just told them all. Right, okay, let me think about this. Oh, she draws stuff and I don't have pictures in my head. Right, let's have a look. I'm only going to draw one of them. I've done that. Thank you. Oh, hang up. Right, and then you've got your heel where your foot goes in. So the tongue's going to go about there. And then you've got your little laces like that. That one to that one, that one to that one. isn't really a heel on it, is there? But if I come round here, ooh, squeaky, like that. Okay, that bit's not right, is it? Need to get rid of that bit. Yeah, it is, because that's the tongue, isn't it? And then I need a hole for your foot to go in. Right, and you get 2 of them, so it's plural, and you run in them. Begins with T. You can also have a personal one if you want.
Russian doll.
Russian doll?
I can see it a bit.
Oh yeah, I can see it too. Yeah, no. I told you I can't draw. I can be creative and I can make scan and cut, sing and dance, but I can't draw.
Well, we've got enough of it there.
We've got what?
We've got enough. Oh wait, they're coming in now.
Are they coming in now? One day we'll get Amber to do. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it now.
Look, I've got to set it up anyway. Do you know how to set it up?
Oh no. I'll get Andrew to set it up next time me and you are on. You're coming on and you're doing it. Okay, trainers. Right.
Tomorrow, I guess.
What?
Do it tomorrow, I guess.
Are you producing tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I'll be in.
Oh, we'll do it tomorrow. Right, Cherry Blossom Rise. Eastern Elements. We did a collection called Cherry Blossom Rise, didn't we? And then a die in Eastern Elements called Cherry Blossom Heights. Talk about making me confused. And it doesn't, listen, it doesn't take much at all. Now then, this is one of my favourite kind of dies because you've got your wibbly wobbly lines. Right, now then, this is the artwork that you will print off. Okay, so this is your image. You then take this wibbly wobbly line. Obviously the image is bigger on the actual Reflect Charisma, and you cut that bit. Okay, so you print it off, I would say 1, 2, probably 3 or 4 times. You cut that out, keep one hole. Second one, you're going to use your die, so you're left with this bit. And then this bit goes on foam pads and lifts away from the base. Okay, and then you'll have another one that goes across there like that, and that cuts this bit out. Don't worry that it cuts through this, because you've got those again to go over the top. And the wibbly wobbly lines were brought in because if you want to ground something, for example, so if you've got let's say it's a snowy scene and you've got a Christmas tree and you want to just stick the Christmas tree on, you can, but if you've got a wibbly wobbly line, it looks like it's tucked in. It looks like it's grounded, like it's meant to be there. And those are a little bit of genius. Honestly, I mean, you think about everything that Stephanie's come up with in her career with Tattered Lace, and I'm the most impressed with the lines. I know sometimes you must think, are you serious? Have you seen Tattered Lace? I know, but I love that concept because it's really clever. And then you've got the layer that will then go over there. You've got the tree, so you've got the cherry blossom, so you've got all these extra elements that you can work with. You've got the grasses and you've got the little temple in there as well. So lots and lots of scope with this one. If you love this style, I mean, look how beautifully exquisite these cards are. They're incredible, aren't they? Look at these. Aren't these just, I can't see, I need to get in front of it, don't I? Oh, going on a wonk. Sorry, I've taken the camera off Emily because she can't stretch over the counter. Right, you know what, Emily, take it back. I'm going to bring the samples to you because trying to do a camera sideways is not a good idea. Lesson learnt, Melanie, lesson learnt. Right, now look at these. Aren't these just beautiful? Absolutely stunning. These are the kind of cards that if you sent this to a friend or a family member or whoever you're going to send it to, that would not go back in the box, would it, with the others? Might need to put a card back on that. I think it's got a bit damaged in the box. But then look at this one. Completely different look and feel. Isn't that stunning? That's our loop pattern. How beautiful is that? It's incredible, isn't it? And you know what? Everyone says, oh, I love the design team cards. You can make this. There's nothing difficult about this because that is just the frame in white. You've then got the little pieces of the cherry blossom that come in it. You've got your scene in the background with a couple of those little decoupage layers and 2 characters. That's it. It's not difficult. I think what we find difficult, isn't it, when we're crafting at home for a hobby, is where to start with the design. That's kind of the thing, isn't it? Well, where do I put what? And that's why you can go on Highlight Your Creativity Facebook page and our Instagram feed and our YouTube, and go and have a look at some of the classes that are on there and see how people like Amanda and David and Stephanie and Lily, and how we all build up our cards differently, you know. And it's really interesting. I could give this collection to 100 people in a room and there wouldn't be 2 cards the same. And it's funny, isn't it? Because I remember when dies first started coming in, and it was an absolute game changer, because it didn't matter whether you've been crafting for 10 years or 10 days, you all got the same result. The other thing I would advise you to do is go and have a look at card layouts. Just type in a search engine, card layout designs, and you'll get loads of like little, they're almost like a little, like a rectangle, so that's your card size, and then all the different elements that you can put in. And then when you've made one of those, rotate it 90 degrees and do it again. Then rotate it 90 degrees and follow that, and you'll get 4 different cards. It's really clever. So that's your first one. Then you've got this one, and this is beautiful. So on here, you're going to get your florals right there. So all of that. And then you're going to get this outside frame, and it's one continuous die all the way around. So then you have something for your lacy element or your big florals to sit on. How lovely is that? It's stunning, isn't it? Imagine a wedding card like that with a picture of a bride. It'd be beautiful. Then on top of that, you're going to get your smaller elements in there as well, and then you get the hanging ones, so these can go from the top and hang down like a curtain. It's stunning, this collection. It should be £84.95. Today you're getting it for £39.99 before your discount. That's amazing. But when it's gone, it's gone. We're not bringing these back in, and the stocks are dwindling. So you need to be getting this if you want it. If you want this collection, you've been waiting, I will get it as soon as you can, because we don't have a lot of these left. Then we've got our geishas and our samurai, and these are lovely. You've got tranquility, you've got peace, and you've got blossoming love. And all of that lot is going to come to you for £34.99. However, you'll still be able to download the original artwork, so you'll be able to get your reflections artwork, and I think there were some scenes on there that you could probably purchase from that. But I'm right in saying this, aren't I, Emily? Emily, who's Emily? You're Emily. Amber. They get this with it.
Yep.
Right. So this is this is the brand new one though, isn't it? Yeah. Brand new artwork that our Diane's done for you. Look at this. So you buy that at £39.99. This is worth £10.99. So you take the price of that off, and you're down to £29 for a full Tattered Lace collection. We get better and better here, don't we?
Yeah, so you buy East, and then that comes in free.
Yes. So the code for this is East.
East, yeah.
Yeah. Shop East, and then that gets put into your basket for free.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if I was being probably was. Ignore me. Carry on.
You're not being thick at all. So you've got all of those. I love Amber. Honestly, I love her. It just makes me laugh so much. I'm going to lay these out on the counter so that you can see the beauty of this, and I'll get our Emily to run all the way along for you, and then you can see how stunning these are. Imagine these on your rice papers, on your canvases, on your mouse mats, on your mugs, on your bags for life, on your t-shirts, all of those different mediums that we now bring you that you can print on. Imagine all of these wearable art. How incredible would that be with this collection? It is absolutely beautiful, and the whole collection, So shop east is $39.99 before you discount, and then you're getting a download of new artwork worth $10.99 thrown in. Now, if that's not a deal and a half, I don't know what is. That is blinking fabulous, isn't it? Right, shall we go and cut some dies, Amber? Yeah. Let's go and see how these dies cut, shall we? And have a little play around with something. I think I'll work with this one first. Have I got the dice for this? Oh, I'll have to take them out of the packet. Oh, she's off. See, magic. Sam's magic. Who's done that? Someone's going to be in trouble when I get out of here. I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to do this now, aren't I? Oh, the only way I can. Like that. That's really naughty. You put a die away like that. And I'll go out and they'll all go, I didn't do it. No, like those magic mice that come in the middle of the night, right? I don't know. Manu, I remember when I think I was about 3. And when you go to our house, you pull up on the drive and the drive goes almost to the back of the garden. And my dad had concreted it from the garage right the way down to the pavement. And my dad was a precision engineer. It was immaculate. He went in to get a cup of tea. When he came outside, I'd walked down it in my wellies. And he went, who's done that? And I went, that dog. He said, what, a dog with wellies? And I went, yeah. Like that? Yeah. And he had to start all over again. Bless him, it's a good job he was a patient man. Yeah, funny, honestly. Right, let's cut this lacy panel because I want you to see how well it cuts. Now then, when you're cutting detail like this, especially if you're going to put well, let's start this way. Imagine you've got a speed bump and you hit that speed bump with your car. You get that jolt, don't you? If you go slightly angled on the speed bump, you don't get that jar because it hits it at a different angle. So I would always cut something like this on an angle. Now the other thing that you can do is cut this and then do this separately. But let's see what we get if we cut both together. Okay, let's see if we can do that and make that happen. I'm sure we will be able to, but I just want to make sure. So I'm going to move it over a little bit further over, just over to the side, like that. And then I'm going to put, now I'm using 250 GSM, so I'm putting it through its paces. And because I'm just going to put one of those poly pockets that our Amber uses on top of it, just to give it a little bit more of a shim. And what I mean by that is a little bit more of a layer. So if you imagine inside your die cutting machine, it's like a mangle, 2 rollers. There's no flexibility within that plate. So to make something cut properly, you need something that's going to go in and do that, especially on something like a big lacy panel like this. And that's why those poly pockets are brilliant. Look at that. Now anybody that says, oh, I've got difficulty cutting my tattered lace dies, look at that. Can I just say that? One pass, get yourself some of the pockets. I don't know if we've got them in stock or not at the moment. Maybe you've got the file folders that we sell, the green ones. You could use the insides of those, or a piece of plastic, whatever it is, you can use it, and that will it will just make sure that die cuts first time. And I love that. It's a little hints and tips that I've picked up off Stephanie over the years, and there is nothing more satisfying than that. I'm going to pop it onto here, and then you can see it in its glory. Look how beautiful that is, isn't it? That's absolutely stunning. Right, I will clean that, but not right now because I don't want to make you jump anymore. Right, let's have a play around with these borders, shall we, as well? Let's cut some of these and see what we can come up with between us. If there's anything you want to see cut in particular, just message me in and we can do that for you. If you have any questions about anything crafty, let's have a little Q&A session, shall we, while we're here, because we sold out 2 sets of the dies. Oh, I'll tell you what else we do have on the show. Sorry, while I'm doing this, I'm going to walk over, multitasking. We also have the Pro Cut plates. We've got them in stock, thank goodness. So we talk about the Pro Cut, don't we? And the fact that the plates never bend. And they don't. As long as your sandwich is 3mm on the bottom, your magnetic shim, your die facing up, your card on top and your 5mm plate on top, that 5mm plate will not warp, okay? But what happens with your plates, this is a perfect example, over time, is they get, well, cut into, because that's what they're there for. This is quite good actually for us. Some of them, like Amber's, you can't even see through anymore, can you, love? But what happens over time with all those scratches is that can transfer onto specialist cards like Mirror Card or your Adorable Scoreable or what, any speciality card stock, the mirror that we bring you here. You don't want to have that scratch on. Now you can put a piece of copy paper on it, but your copy paper is going to have to be thin to get it through your die cutting machine. So all it's going to do is transfer from this to the copy paper to your card. So it's always worth having a spare 5mm plate. The other thing I would say as well is try and always cut on one side. So try and keep one side clean and then the other side with all your cuts in it, okay? Because then you've got the ability to be able to do that. But 5mm cutting plate and the 3mm cutting plate, so you're getting a spare one of those as well. Shop plates, $24.99. I've seen sets of plates from the machines over £60. You're getting those for $24.99. Right, let's go back and have another play with this border. I'm nearly there with me poking out. Do you know what? When we first started doing dies on Ideal World on the shopping channel, we used to do pick of the days, didn't we, on a Tuesday? You'll remember that if you've been following us for ages. We used to send the presenters off to do all the poking out because it took that long. Thank goodness now it's changed a little bit, hasn't it? Do you know what? Do you know how we got non-spray non-stick onto dies? Stephanie and Carl. They were the first people to do it. And it came about because, sorry, I'll do that in a minute. It came about because Stephanie was sat in her craft room at home, and Carl came in and she's like this, poking all these bits out of this tattered lace die. He's like, what are you doing? She said, I'm trying to get this paper out of this die. And then he went in the kitchen and started cooking. I looked at his frying pan, his non-stick frying pan, and went, oh, I wonder what would happen. So they found a guy in America who did a lot of metal work and all the rest of it in the States, and got together with him and Carl said, this is what I want to do. And Carl's an engineer by trade. So he said, this is what I want to do, and this is why I want to do it. And they worked together and came up with this spray coating. So you imagine they've got to get that viscosity just right to go onto that piece of metal so that it doesn't stop the card from cutting, but it makes sure that the card releases. And now it's just an industry standard, isn't it? It's like magnetic sheets. Nobody ever put magnetic sheet in the die cutting machine. And then one day, Stephanie's trying to line up all these dies and they're sliding around a plate. And Carl went, why don't you just put magnetic sheet in it? She was like, will that work? He went, well, try it. Tried it. Worked. I tell you. Amazing. Amazing they are, both of them, absolutely. All these ideas, it's good, isn't it? And then we benefit, right? I remember that first show, Tattered Lace, good grief. That was a day and a half. I was in the studios and I can remember that clear as day. I bet you can as well, can't you? Because I know a lot of you have been collecting. We're collectors, aren't we? I'll tell you what we are, we're completists, aren't we? We can't not have any dies missing. Not right, is it? It's like if I buy ink pads, I have to buy all the colours. I can't. I have to. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous because I don't need them all. I just like them all in rows and colourful and colour coordinated and rainbowed. No, it's sad, isn't it? Right, now then, let's get this out of here. So we'll pull this out, and then I think I've got some little die cuts as well. We might make a card. Let's see if we've got any time left. Do I need to recap anything? This bundle? Yeah, all right. Now then, I'm going to show you the difference as to when you clean your die and if you don't clean your die. You watch this, it'll show me up now and it'll cut it, which if it does, brilliant. But cleaning your dies is important, really important, because if you've got a piece of card in there and then you're trying to put, so 250 GSM, the waste bit that's still in there, and then you've also got another piece of 250 with the waste going in, that's thick. So I just wanted to show you, it'll probably do it now, knowing my look. Yeah, of course it has, because it's tattered lace. Of course it has. Why would I expect anything else? But sometimes if you don't clean out your dies and you try and cut it with all those layers in it, you see how it doesn't release as easily, and you'll find this, because all those pieces then you're going to have to start doing this and messing about with, whereas when you've got a single one, a clean die at the beginning, it just literally peels out and all the waste stays in the die. Right, let's recap this bundle, and then if we've got time we'll come back and we'll put a quick composition together for you, because this is like a bag of bits, so we'll have some fun and see what we can come up with. Right, recapping this, now this is fabulous value for money. You're going to get your cherry blossom heights, so your scene building, if you like, because you start with your scene, you use your lines to separate out elements of that scene, and you build them back up with foam in between them to make it a little bit thicker, so it looks like a tunnel, like a tunnel card but without the sides, if you like. Then you've also got your mountain, so that wibbly wobbly line there will go across your artwork where that mountain is and separate this from that, and then this bit will come out from your image. Then you've got a straight line that you'll put across there, cut it, and that will separate that from that, and then you can decoupage up that bit as well. Now what you could do to save your card, if this is what you wanted to do, is do the whole one, then do the mountain and the straight line, so these two pieces are separate, put that on one layer of foam and put that on a thicker layer of foam. So instead of having all of this, you'd have that bit and that bit, but still risen up. Then you've got your magnolia frame, and this is stunning. Look at the amount of metal you're getting in there. Now I always thought, when I first started with Stephanie, I always thought that dies were costed on the size of the die, on the detail of the die. It's not. It's about the amount of metal that's been used. So here, for example, when it was manufactured, you'd have had a metal plate like that, which is why we always give you extras by filling in that space. It's interesting, isn't it? I'd love to go and see a die being made. I might have to search that. I like watching stuff like that. How paper's made. That's a good one. I like watching how paper's made. It's really cool. Right, then we've got Tranquility, our beautiful geisha from behind. I mean, that's just stunning, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Then you've got Peace, side facing with the cherry blossom. And then you've got Blossoming Love in there as well with your samurai making an appearance. So if you want this one, now then, there was original artwork to go with it, but what we've done is we've brought you some brand new artwork. Now this is, did we say £10.99?
Yes.
£10.99 by itself. So if you want to buy this by itself, it's shop seen and it's £10.99, and you're going to get all of these glorious images. I mean, if you love cherry blossom, this is absolutely beautiful. Look at these. I'd frame these and just put them on my wall. I think they're gorgeous. You look at them and I instantly feel a bit like, do you know what I mean? It's that calm, serenity, peace. I just think they are absolutely fabulous. Look at that. I mean, that on a piece of fabric, on a bag for life or a t-shirt would look absolutely incredible. And then you've got your final bright ones to finish you off. Now then, if you buy the shop East, too many words to remember, isn't it? Shop East, you will get that put into your basket for free at checkout. I know, good that, isn't it? Right, come on, let's go and see if we can put a quick card together before I go and get some lunch. Right, let's have a look what we've got here. Okay, let's see. Oh, we've got a card blank. I've got some bits and bobs here. Let's see what we've got under here. This is like all demos that have been not used. Good grief, there's all sorts going on in here, isn't there? Right, let's start with this then. So let's use a white card base, and I think what I might do is put this on here because I quite like this. This has been cut. Oh, do I use that as well? Maybe I do. Yeah, I quite like that. Now I'd cut the card down a little bit. Let's see if this fits. Does this work with it? Not sure if that's going to work with that pink. Works with that, but I'm not sure about the pink. Right, so here's my thought process. You're going to feel this now. Sorry. Right, so I've got my white card blank, and I'm using a copper. Okay. I tell you what, finger lift tape. Rubbish. Get our tape, Dr. Tape. I had a bundle on this morning, 10 packets of it, so 30 rolls for $19.99. I know, that'd keep you going for years, wouldn't it? But what you have to do, you see, is you buy your boring bits while they're on the deal. Because then you have more money to spend on the good bits, don't you? Yeah, you do. I love that. Have we got any questions coming in, Amber?
No question.
Okay.
This is Pictionary said flowers printed off, just waiting for the dies now.
There you are.
The artwork, very realistic.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Really, really beautiful. If you're umming and ahhing as to whether you want that collection, go and print off that artwork or go and have a look at it on tatteredlace.co.uk because that'll sway you without a shadow of a doubt. Right, I'm not sure if this is the right card blank for this, but we'll give it a go. Okay, no, that's all right. We can make that work. Okay, and then we've got a piece of paper. So I'm choosing to use this piece of paper because it's got that sort of rusty colour in there. Look at that. So you've got a slightly deeper tone of that. Now, I could put that on behind there, but I don't actually think it needs it. I'm quite happy with it as it is. So let's get the backing off this. Coming up next, my lovelies, I need you to go over to liveshopping.vip, please, because our Debbie Moore is back for her second show, I believe, with Lily now. Lovely, with our Lily. God, I don't know, I hate tape. Just use wet glue, Melanie. It takes longer to get the tape off than anything else. Right. Let's pop that in there. I have to say, though, and I'm genuinely meaning this, I'm not thinking, oh, I've just said I don't like tape when we're selling tape. I do like tape when it comes off. And that tape, Dr. Tape, releases incredibly well. Right, I'm going to use mine that I've just done, I think. So let's, oh, that's pretty. So I've got white card. I've got the coordinating mat that works with the paper. And now I'm bringing the white from the back to the front. So it now starts to become more cohesive. And that's what I was thinking about. As I was doing that, I was like, right, I've got white card blank and I've got white die cut. So what do I want to put in between? It's just that kind of thing. And once you start to bring the back layer, the colour from the back layers to the front, or the front layers to the back, and the colours, it all just works seamlessly. It's been designed as a collection. So everything coordinates. It's just when you get things like this with me, when it's been all the bits out of the box. That's all right. Makes you more creative. Makes you a lot more creative. I was telling somebody the other day that we used to do 11 live hours. I can't remember who it was I was telling. 11 live hours on Ideal World on a Tuesday night. And they went, how did you do that? I went, well, you just did. You just did. Right, do I need that? Now I'm going to cut it down and see if I like it. And I'm going to just lay this down. I'm going to try and get an even. So I'm looking at this oval here and that oval there. And I'm trying to get those central. And then when I've got them central, I'm just going to put a little snip there and a little snip there. And then I can cut through from there to there. And from, where did I put that snip there? There to there. 2 minutes. Right. And then I know that that is going to fit perfectly in there. So now I've got that one. We might not get all the detail put on, but you've had a little bit of a lesson on composition there, so I'm happy with that. Now I've got this one. I'm going to line that die cut up and it will sit into the original, all right? You'll feel it. And then I'm just going to work to that edge so I know that they're exactly the same on both sides, okay? That's your easiest way to do it. Do one and then use that one to create the other. It's a bit like when you cut a tag. You know, when you cut a tag, so you've got your rectangle, then you cut one angle, take that angle, flip it over and use that as a template for your other side. And then we're going to pop that on there, and that's the beginning of a really, really beautiful card. And I actually think, Emily, will you just pass me that geisha in the middle piece, please? I actually think that she would look beautiful on there, wouldn't she? So don't just think you have to use the dies that come in the collection with the dies that come in the collection. You can mix and match them up. And I love that about die cutting. And that's why I think dies like this will never go in your cupboard, because they're your staple, aren't they? Those beautiful, lacy, tattered lace designs that we all fell in love with, didn't we? All of us. It was a big wow, but then when we nailed Charisma for Scan and Cut, that was an absolute game changer as well. So you've got that, and then you would build up your different designs on top of there. But look how pretty that is. Treat yourselves, that's what I would say. I know that for some people payday hasn't happened yet, but if it has and you want a real bargain, then shop in this show. Right, I will see you back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And I can't remember what it is at 8 o'clock because I've got to get today done yet. But we've got MDF, we've got some resin and scrapbooking, and we've got Christmas. Oh, and Crafty Witches are in as well. Right, winner is?
Lisa Evans.
Lisa Evans. We'll send you a card out, Lisa. Or do you want, should we do points? Should we do 250 points?
Yeah.
Let's do 250 points. That's better. You can spend that on something that you like then, can't you? Right, I'll see you at 8 o'clock, but stay tuned. Don't forget, liveshopping.vip right now with our Debbie Moore, and I'll see you tomorrow.